Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today, finally on vacation from my day job, and you know what that means. It's more time to play Clash Royale, and I've had a little bit of an opportunity to kick off the dust on my baby account. We are currently level 7, about midway through level 7, and I've been playing around with a few decks, and this is the one I like the most. I'm really trying to use the new witch to really try to take advantage of that new damage buff that she got. She got a huge damage buff for those of you who don't know, and this is going to be my favorite Arena 4 deck, including the witch. Now, I should mention this is actually also an Arena 3 deck because we're not using any cards that are unlocked in Arena 4 or 5. So I guess you could use this deck through Arenas 3, 4, and 5, and hopefully that's what we'll be doing in today's video. So you can see here I'm starting out by, the idea with this deck is to start out with the witch behind your king tower, if at all possible. It looks like this guy's playing a very similar deck to ours. He does have a Valkyrie in it. I prefer having a bomber for that splash damage. Valkyrie, I like the Valkyrie, but for whatever reason, in a lot of my decks, I can find one card that I might like just a little bit more. So now he has this witch against our tower. We're going to go ahead and just let our tower handle the witch 1v1. You can see the witch on a tower alone isn't going to get a heck of a lot of damage done to it, so there's no need to panic and react defensively when it's only going to be about 100 damage off your tower. So I like to start off with a witch behind my tower as opposed to the giant. You can see my opponent here just played a giant behind his tower, but my witch has time to summon all her skeletons this way, and then I can kind of react to whatever they're doing here. So he's playing the giant, the Valkyrie, and the witch. I'm going to go ahead and play minions instead of my giant. That way we can concentrate on taking down his giant, and at the same time, hopefully we're able to take... Oh, he's using a rage spell. That was kind of a waste of a rage spell there. And then you can see here, we were able to defend and then turn this hopefully into a little bit of an offense here, where we have now a witch and plenty of spear goblins and skeletons on the board, so we're going to do a lot of damage to his right tower. Now, I did say there was an upside and a downside to this deck. The downside is basically we don't have the Hog Rider. We're not using the Hog Rider in this deck today. Now, of course, you can if you want to. Maybe you can sub the Hog Rider in for the Bomber card, or even for one of the Goblins or Barbarians if you want to have a speedier option. But the idea behind this deck today is we want to get a long line of really powerful DPS troops behind that giant and really just overcome the enemy. We should, if done right, we should be able to pull off a lot of 3-crown victories today. Hopefully not a lot of losses, but we'll have to wait and see. At this point, we're trying to take down his giant again, and again here, it's kind of a stalemate here. Now, if I had a Hog Rider, I would use it in the opposite lane right now. While he's distracted, I would try to take advantage when he has low elixir, but right now I'm kind of depending upon my my skill, I guess, from playing more than a lot of these guys probably have in this arena, and just trying to be better at the counters than they are. So he's using this rage spell, again, kind of a wasted rage spell. Even with the witch solo against my tower, I will have to distract this musketeer, and I was a little bit late on that. Not what we like to see there, but I'm hopefully going to be able to take down this tower now. I did, and 1-0 today, guys. We're 1-0. So let me talk a little bit about why I like this deck so much. I told you about its weakness. It doesn't have any speed to it. There's no mini P.E.K.K.A, there's no Prince, and there's no Hog Rider. But there is a lot to love about this deck, right? So right now we're going to be playing against somebody in Spell Valley, a little bit higher than us in trophies, so let's try to concentrate at the same time as I tell you what I love about the deck. So I love the deck because it has an answer to everything defensively. Anything anybody's going to throw out at you, you have an answer in this deck. You can use Goblins or Spear Goblins to distract. You have an Air Troop in the minions to take down another Giant or a Valkyrie or any kind of ground troop, basically. And obviously the minions are very versatile on offense as well. You have great counters to Hog Rider in Goblins if you need to, and obviously Barbarians are an awesome counter to Hog Rider decks. And you can see right here, right off the bat, without even thinking really, I was able to take down this guy's tower because it's very powerful. Now with the witch as powerful as she is, you can see my witch only level 2. It's not like she's a level 3 right now, which is probably average for around Arena 4 to 5 where I am right now. So you can see this guy's, it looks like like he's playing a spawner deck right now, but my witch is going to do a number on these spawner decks. All these skeletons, plus her high damage that she delivers with those little splash damage, I don't know, jolts or bolts or whatever she's doing, is just absolutely fantastic. We're going to go for the 3 crown here, going to be a little greedy, and try to start off 2-0 in today's episode. I'll probably play about, I don't know, 6 to 10 matches. It depends on how long the video runs, but probably be about a 20-minute episode today. So another longer format episode to follow up a shorter one that I came at you with this morning. This morning, my episode was just very, very brief. It was a video just giving my reaction to the big announcement that Supercell's kind of teasing us with the fact that they are indeed releasing tournaments for Clash Royale. So I'm really, really excited about that. You can see I kind of made a misplay there. I like to start with my witch behind the tower, and I started with the giant, and the giant's going to take some unnecessary hits at this point. So I should have played the witch. That way the skeletons could be taking out those spirit goblins instead of the giant. I'm going to play the arrows over here. Let me get back real quickly to the the tournaments inside Clash Royale. So really excited about this because to be honest with you guys, especially if you're watching today's video, you're probably not a max level player. You probably don't have all maxed out cards. You're probably not spending hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars on the game. And I think that tournaments really benefit you because let's be totally honest here, guys. I always tell it how it is, or at least how I think it is. And I think the game's getting a little bit stale for people who don't spend a lot of money because eventually you just hit that breaking point where you can't progress much further in cups without spending a lot of money, right? So it's just natural. I'm not hating on the game. I think the game's awesome. I think it's fun. I love the developers. I love the team behind the game. Meanwhile, it looks like we're not going to get this 3 crown here. He uses another ill-advised rage. I use my giant to distract his troops, and we are now 2-0 with this deck. 2-0. Not a 3 crown, but still a pretty convincing victory. He didn't do too much damage to my tower there. Let's go ahead and hop right back into it. I forgot to open up one of my chests. Oops. But anyway, back to my point. This guy's a firefighter. A lot of my best friends are firefighters. Shout out to Dean here. But anyway, back to my point there about friendly challenge. I don't know why I keep calling it friendly challenges. I guess it's Clash of Clans bleeding out into Clash Royale. I apologize, guys. I apologize. My thoughts about tournaments. Very excited about it because the way things are looking right now, I can't really share any of the details, but it looks really awesome, right? It looks like it's really well thought out, not just, thrown together. It's kind of what you'd expect from Supercell. They're known for taking their time, but getting things right when they add big new features into the game. So right off the bat here against the firefighter, I'm going to take out this left tower again, just using the bomber, the giant, and the witch. That's all. So very, very effective there, and already we're starting out pretty successful. So he gives a thumbs up. Looks like a decent dude as well, so I like that. Let's go ahead and try to prevent him from touching either of my towers, although he probably did get like 1 hit on my left tower so far. So let's go ahead and just make a witch here. Let's again try to go for the 3 crown. Again, I'm really interested to see how many 3 crowns I can get here with this deck. It's very powerful again, very slow though, so you have to take your time. It really shines in the last minute of these matches as well. So let's go ahead and just focus on taking down this giant. And right now you can see I'm kind of delaying at this point because I want to see what's going on there with my giant on the tower. So he uses a fireball, takes down my witch. So that was unfortunate because I thought I had an outside shot at taking down this tower right now, but I will get a few hits with that giant in on there. He has fire spirits. That's a card that we do not have unlocked right now. If you do have fire spirits and you want to use this deck, I would sub in fire spirits for the spirit goblins. So again, if you do have fire spirits and you want to use them in this deck, I would substitute them for the spirit goblins. I think they're more effective in this deck. I love fire spirits. I think that if you have fire spirits and you're in Arena 5, you should definitely be using them in almost every deck. Even if you're playing like a Prince deck or if you're playing a Hog Rider deck, they do awesome backing up those fast moving units because they can really, really take down whatever your opponent is using to counter your push. So for example, if you play a Hog Rider or a Prince or a Mini P.E.K.K.A. and then you put fire, you delay like 1 or 2 seconds, and then you put fire spirits. Look at this, 2 witches on the board. There's no way he can stop me here. Gonna take down there it is, 3 crown. We're 3-0, guys. We are 3-0. 3 crown, baby. So anyway, back to my point here, fire spirits. Use those right after you deploy your Prince or your Mini P.E.K.K.A. or your Hog Rider, and then they're going to go ahead. Let's pretend that your opponent plays a minion horde or a minions. The fire spirits will immediately jump up there, take them down. They target air, they target ground. Everything's looking great. Right now, let's go ahead and hop into another battle, see if we can go 4-0. We are now officially in Spell Valley. So, what card? So we can unlock Fire Spirits here. This is entertaining. This is entertaining stuff. Let's go ahead and play right now. I don't want to switch up the deck because I want to keep focusing on this deck in particular, so we're not going to switch anything up over here. Uh-oh, we're going against a level 8. Oh, no. It's okay. Hopefully, we'll still be able to pull off a victory with this deck. So I'm going to start off again with the Witch. We'll see what he's playing. I want to take it slow here. When somebody's a higher level than you, you want to make sure you're especially cautious. That was an aggressive move by him, using a Fireball against my Witch and my Tower. I wouldn't advise doing that. So he looks like he has Barbarians, Spear Goblins, and Archers all on the board right now. That's actually okay, because I had the Bomber there to do splash damage and counter all of those units. He comes back with an arrow at me, so I'm not going to be able to do any damage to his left tower. Maybe a hit or two from this Goblin, and that will be about it. So let's go ahead and be patient here, and maybe we'll go ahead and get a Witch on the board in just a second. Let's see what he plays. I think he probably has more Elixir than I do right now, so let's just kind of be patient here and see what he does. These are the very entertaining moments to watch a YouTube video or a stream when nothing's going on. Okay, so he's playing a Hog Rider. I was a little bit late on the counter there, so he's going to get 2 hits, it looks like, maybe 3 against my tower. I didn't even notice exactly how many he got there. So, plays a Tesla. I'm going to play a... Oh, yeah. That was awful by me, right? So don't want to play a Giant to the left when I need my Giant tanking for my Witch. So that was bad. I was a little bit too aggressive there. That might cost me significantly in this match, because I should have been able to turn that defense into an offense. That's where you really get your wins in these matches at any level of the game. No matter if you're in a Legendary Arena or Arena 2, when you can turn those successful defenses into successful offenses, that's where you get those wins. So let's go ahead and be patient again here. I want to play these Barbarians, but I'm not getting 5 Elixir in time. Okay, I did it again. Oh my god, guys. I deserve to lose this match. I deserve to lose this match. I should have just let my Witch go. Another very aggressive Fireball by him there, though. But I am at 10 Elixir, so let's go ahead and just reload. I don't have a Witch to play, so I'm going to play my Giant way back here. Again, I'm focusing on the left lane because I don't have a lot of redirect power in this deck. I'm going to arrow here, but he's going to get another shot on my tower with that Hog Rider. Let's go ahead and he uses arrows again. I have a good push coming here, though. But the problem is he has that darn hidden Tesla and that Fireball that he uses very liberally. So I'm going to get a few hits on that left tower, but it's not going to be enough with those that last standing Spear Goblin. I'm going to play Barbarians against his Barbarians and use my Bomber on the side here. I will be able to stop this push for sure, but again, he might sneak this Hog Rider in to get 1 hit. He does not that time, and I have a really nice push going here, but let me guess, Fireball probably coming up again, right? Where's the Fireball? There it is. He's going to Fireball, and he's going to end me here, but you know what? I'm probably going to lose this game on my own at this point. I'm going to say well played because he has the Fireball. I only have about 200 or so hit points left on my tower. Go ahead and end it. This is going to end my streak. Go ahead and end it. So you're not going to win every match, guys. That's not a newsflash to any of you guys. No deck out there is perfect, and when you play as poorly as I just did, you're guaranteed to lose 1 or 2 here and there along the way. So Fireball, he's actually wrecking me with the Fireball. And you know what? Maybe if I was in Spell Valley, maybe I would consider adding either a cannon or a hidden Tesla to this deck just to help against the Hog Riders that are, you know, if you're going against higher level players with Hog Riders, you might want to have some kind of a distracting unit, but he gets the win there. Well played for sure. So now we are 4-1, I believe, or 3-1. I think we're 4-1. Let's go ahead and move on to the next match. Let's get that bad taste out of our mouth and try to get a win here. So again, I'm not going to switch anything up, but like I said before, I would consider adding the hidden Tesla or even a Zap spell. You can see I just unlocked that if you're in Arena 5. But for Arena 3 and 4, though, I don't think there's a need to add more than a Barbarians to counter those Hog Riders. So that was just a really bad play after bad play on that match. Let's try to right the ship here and again do the same thing. Now, one thing about this deck is it's really simple, right? You're not talking about a minor deck where you have a million things going on at once. You're You're sending out your miner, you're protecting the homestead, you're dropping your elixir collectors, you have your furnace going over there. It's not that complicated, right? This deck is all about making those big pushing trains, essentially. And here we go again. We have the giant. He just got to the tower. He died, of course. But the minions on the tower and the skeletons on the tower are doing a good job. I mean, we're not going to take down the tower here, but we got almost a 50% health. And then he kind of wastes the hidden Tesla over there. But what we can do at this point is just counter this this witch and a couple archers with barbarians. Excuse me, the wizard and a couple archers with barbarians very easily there. And again, we can turn this into an offensive push, albeit probably a small one because he does have that hidden Tesla there. But you can see a few of the barbarians are actually heading in the right direction there, as well as the witch and her skeletons doing a heck of a lot of damage. I dropped the bomber, so the bomber's gonna be able to take care of those spear goblins. And again, we'll just keep chipping away at that tower. Again, the bomber gets one shot on, and now we are definitely below 50% on that tower without any damage done to our towers, and it looks like we're pretty even in terms of elixir right now. So let's go ahead and place the giant as soon as we get full on elixir. Now, I probably should have placed my giant behind the king tower. It's a little bit longer of a walk, so it gives me more time to recoup elixir, but I'm being a little lazy for whatever reason. I shouldn't be after last match, but I am. So let's go ahead again and play. I could have played goblins there, but we'll play the barbarians instead. A few of them will probably be distracted by that Tesla, as will my my giant, unfortunately, but he has that witch coming. That's going to hurt a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and just be patient here because the witch is the witch. Why do I keep saying witch? The wizard is attached to my giant, and that's one of the cool things about the deck, right? So if they play a wizard, if they play a bomber, if they play any splash dealing damage against you when you have your big strong pushes going, Hog Rider. Goblin and Spirit Goblin against the Hog Rider will take down the Hog Rider and the Musketeer. And in the right, you can see I have minions now adding to my Witch, and the Witch is going to do a lot of... Here it is, Double Witch. This is the Double Witch, guys. This is it. Let's take down that right tower with a Double Witch. Look at the Double Witches. They're doing so much damage there. They're going against Spear Goblins. They were going against the Wizard. They were going against the tower. And they still were able to get that right tower down to only a few hundred hit points left. And again, we're going to get a strong push train going here behind this giant. This time with minions, Spear Goblins, and Bomber. We do get the right tower down. Can we get the 3 crown? I hope so after the last match. We're not even going to worry about defense here, but I don't... Just, darn. Barely. So we're 5-1 now. We're 5-1 in today's episode. Let's try to keep pushing on, guys. So, I mean, we're in Spell Valley at this point. So we're getting in, and we have a crown chest. Let's open this up right here. So we're getting pretty far into Spell Valley. I mean, I could probably use this deck to push to Arena 6 if I wanted to. I think so, at least. I mean, there would not be, without our fails, for sure. We'd definitely lose some matches. But I think we could actually use this deck all the way from Arena 3 to Arena 6. And that's pretty rare that you can use the same deck to be effective throughout all those arenas. So let's go ahead and try to get another win under our belt. So we are 6-1. I don't know, guys. Don't hate me if I'm losing, if I'm getting our record screwed up here. So I think we're either 5 or 6-1. So let's go ahead and start off with another aggressive push here. So we have Giant obviously on the board. I just placed my my Bomber. Oh, he rockets! He's rocketing my Witch. That's okay. We're gonna play the Spirit Goblins and Goblins and arrows. I shouldn't have played the Spirit Goblins and Goblins. I did a double tap to try to get both of the Spirit Goblins and Goblins on the board as quickly as possible. But look at that. We did a lot of damage to that tower, and he had to burn that rocket. Ooh, you hate to burn the rocket on defense, but hey, sometimes you have to if there's nothing else you can play. And he was going against, think about it from his vantage point, he was going against the Giant and the Witch and the Bomber. That's really, really difficult to counter. Best way to counter a deck like this, if you actually go against one. Oh, a Goblin Barrel coming down. I'm going to have to drop my Barbarians and minions there. I don't want to take a ton of damage from those Goblin Barrels. So the best way to counter a deck like this, if you find one that you're going against, is doing what that guy did that we lost to a couple matches ago, and using a Tesla or a cannon to distract these units. Obviously, you could also use a bomb tower to distract a giant, and bomb towers especially would be very effective against a deck like this. But luckily for me and for you guys, if you use the deck, not a lot of people are using bomb towers. towers anymore. I don't know why not, but I love bomb towers still. Even though they were nerfed a couple times, I still think they're viable in the game. Sort of like Hog Rider. Now they've been nerfed and everybody's still using Hog Riders. So I will come at you guys with another Hog Rider cycle deck for early level arenas. If you want to see one of those, just let me know in the comments below and I'll bring one sooner rather than later. It's something that I have on the agenda, so to speak. But you know, with so many ideas in the game, it's I really need to rely on you guys for what type of content you want to see. So if you hit me up on Twitter, that's the best way to get a hold of me. But also in the comments below, I do read the comments. I'm not gonna lie, I don't read every single comment because what I usually do is I put out 2 videos a day, one for Clash of Clans, one for Clash Royale. And look at this push we have going on right now, by the way, guys. Oh, he left the match. Now that's a 3 crown. Now I think we're 7-1, maybe 6-1. But you can see very, very effective. Look at this, 2 witches, and it's the 3 crown. Boom. That felt good, guys. So only 1 loss so far. Let's go ahead and play, what, 1 or 2 more matches? Why not? I said 10 matches. We'll probably get like 7 or 8. But anyway, let's go ahead and give a couple donations here and open up a chest. That way we have a couple ready to go so we can get a new one if we win here. Hopefully we do. And we're going against Gob. So as we start things up against Gob here, let's go ahead and get back to my point. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, how to get in touch with me. So yeah, I don't read every single comment because I do 2 videos a day, and with like 200 comments per video, it can be a lot to respond to all of them. But I try to read them all if I don't respond to them all. A, and B, I definitely look at comments within the first 1 to 5 hours of the video. That's when I try to keep refreshing the comments, seeing what people think, and seeing what ideas you guys request. So if you want to get a hold of me, if you have Twitter and you want to suggest a certain deck or something like that, feel free to do so. I can't guarantee I'll do it, but I'll definitely see it, and I'll definitely consider it. Sometimes I just screenshot the tweets that you guys send to me or comments that you guys leave me, and I go ahead and I start experimenting with those ideas. So that's kind of how I get some of my ideas, and oftentimes ideas also come from my clanmates. Huge shout out to Elite Nation 9, the clan that my mini account is in, and of course Elite Gaming, my main account's clan. We are currently, I think, 25th in the world right now. So let's focus on this match. So he's doing a lot of damage to my left tower while I endlessly blab on to you guys. Apologies, my friends, apologies. So let's go ahead and wait to see what's happening here. He's coming out with a Valkyrie. Not too worried about this. I'm going to go ahead and drop my Giant, and that will distract the Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie won't do any damage to my Giant. So that between my Crown Tower and my Skeletons, that Valkyrie will go down. Then I'll drop a Bomber, so now we have the Bomber, Witch, Giant combination. And as you guys know from the previous replays, this is what we're waiting for. Arrows will go down right now. Probably didn't even need those arrows, to be honest with you. And that's it, guys. If you can get the Giant, the Bomber, and the Witch on the board, that's gonna be a win. That's gonna be a win for you guys. Or not even necessarily a win, but you're gonna take down that tower 9 times out of 10 unless they have something really, really strong to counter with. Especially if you have those arrows ready to shoot down. If they have like a minion horde or minions or even goblins, spirit goblins, whatever, a skeleton army in this case. If you have those arrows ready, you'll really be able to do some serious damage. So he's coming at me with some a Valkyrie and a Musketeer. I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna try to get another huge push going here, and again, it's gonna be the combo we want, and this time Barbarians added. So we have Barbarians, we have Spear Goblins, we have a Witch, we have a Bomber, two Witches, here it is, 2 Witches, and Goblins, and oh, do we have our Bomber up? We do, okay, good. We just need a tank. We need something to tank for us over here. Ooh, you know what? He did a good job at stopping that little push there. Well, he didn't really stop it, did he? I have 1 Witch still standing here. Draw the Barbarians, and come on, baby. He says, wow, I think we have it, guys. Can we end with a 3 crown? 4, 3, 2, 1. No, man. I really wanted to end with a 3 crown there, but it looks like we did win, at least, obviously. So that's going to do it for today's episode. I think we're like 7 or 8-1. You guys can tell me in the comments below. Kind of losing track here, but either way, I had a lot of fun bringing this much longer episode to you guys. We'll keep it. You know, I asked you guys in the comments last time if you prefer longer episodes or mid-length episodes or short episodes, and to be honest with you guys, the feedback was all over the place. So what I'm going to do in response to that is just be all over the place in return. So I'll have some longer videos, some really short videos, and some right in the middle. So guys, thank you so much. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate you spending the last 25 minutes or so with me. It really means a lot to me, guys, truly. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.